Upper Antelope Canyon. It's about a 200 meter, I guess about 700 foot walk with lots of colors, we hope. And then we're going to return down this hill. So that's where we're coming out. Really an interesting, narrow, dark walk.
Down by you guys are going to come on down. So let me see someone's phone again.
We're continuing on. This is not a real long walk. It's maybe 700 feet total, but it's really narrow. The shapes of the rocks are really impressive.
Pretty cool.
The colors are not as good as it was in Lower Antelope Canyon because we're not here during the perfect time. Perfect time is between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. and we're about 10 o'clock in the morning. A couple of spots here with sun coming through. You can sort of see the colors. Again, the slot canyon just has a narrow opening on the top, and it was formed by water and wind. The sandstone is kind of easy to chip away over time with these natural elements. Another great shot here.
Right there.
Can you take it on?
Nice, beautiful landscape of Monument Valley.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, pretty cool. This is a nice, pretty cool photo of Monument Valley.
This is Jay, our tour guide here. He's also a photographer. Do you do weddings on the weekends?
No, I don't do weddings.
To the end of the canyon.
All right.
Again, and we're walking out.
Watch out for your head. Watch out for your head. All right, my group 6 guys, let's go ahead and exit out of the canyon.
It's only supposed to be 103 or 4 today.
103, yeah.
A slot canyon. You can sort of see the opening on the top where the water and the wind have formed a hole up there and formed the canyon. We traveled 3 miles over a really bumpy road to get here, and this is where the vehicles are down the bottom. And we got to head down a staircase up ahead. Eleanor's looking for rocks for her collection. Canyon, and we're actually, this would be dry if it wasn't for the Glen Canyon Dam, and it ends where Lower Antelope Canyon, I guess, begins, which we've toured a couple of years ago, which is dry. This would be dry, as they said, if it wasn't for the dam. Here in the Antelope Canyon. Very pretty.
Oh, it's beautiful to watch the asphalt.
Yeah.
Good photo ID, good credit card. They'll rent you anything up to 77 feet. Whether or not you can get that for the day is actually different, but you know, you could rent a couple of different types of small boats, jet skis.
Every time we go around a corner, the scenes seem to improve. I guess the canyon, this waterway will get narrower and narrower as we get closer to the end.
Over a year ago, this was actually dry. Wow.
Really?
This was dry. There was no standing water here last year in April. Wow. We were the lowest in our lake's history. We were sitting at about 20% of our water capacity. Unfortunately, we set a record for being lowest in Lake Powell history. We were critically low. Right now we're sitting at about 70 feet or about 20 feet.
This is almost at the very end of Antelope Canyon, and if we continue through the walls around the corner there, we get to the trail that we walked, or the slope, the slack canyon called Lower Antelope Canyon. We just turned around and are heading back. Way from Page, Arizona to the north rim of the Grand Canyon. We're in Arizona here someplace.
But we don't know where.
But we're on the road, but there's this, we were at about 5,000 some odd feet.
6,000.
Yeah, and there's this area of nothingness, absolute nothingness here. They just have a pull-out, and we just stopped to film this area of nothing, and I'm wondering if that's
for miles.
There's a big crevice down there. I'm wondering if the Colorado River flows through that. Could be.
We're on Vermilion Cliffs Road, and we're assuming that we're driving through the Vermilion Cliffs because of the red rock. That's the red sandstone rocks that are lining this whole road for miles.
And this is our vehicle. They gave us a Silverado truck, believe it or not, at the Las Vegas airport. And we're heading to the north rim of the Grand Canyon, and we are truly in the middle of nowhere, as you can see. You haven't heard, I mean, there's a car just past us, but it's kind of quiet here. This is the main road through the area. Well, we were driving through the Kaibab National Forest, which we just left, and it's been like meadows or prairies all along here. And I understand there are buffalo in this park.
Saw buffalo signs.
Yeah, and this is now the entrance to Grand Canyon National Park. And we're going to be staying there for 2 nights in a lodge.
The wind is on my skin, grandmother medicine in the grand, in the grand, in the grand, Grand Canyon, in the grand, in the grand, in the Grand Canyon. The canyon is a place that calls my spirit home. No man can dominate what the Lord has laid in stone.
We're getting ready to start our day of going to the scenic viewpoints on the north rim of the Grand Canyon. And we're right behind the lodge on the north rim. And that's going to be the first place we go to. Overlooking the canyon. Looks pretty neat, doesn't it?
In the grand, in the Grand Canyon, there's a trail through time where the stones don't lie. The memories of this earth before our human birth. Up on Hopi Point, you see the river.
We're at this viewpoint right outside the lodge. We just walked down some steps. And Eleanor's white knuckling it right here.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
And I'm doing a panorama.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Yeah. Great view. We're at about 8,300 feet of elevation. And again, I think it's about 6,000 feet down to the Colorado River, which is way in the sort of in the distance. And it's probably 18 to 20 miles across to the south rim from here. And again, this is looking back up at the lodge where we came from.
Raven's wings, light on the raven's wings. We are dreaming, we are dancing, we are singing, we are being the best that we can in the grand.
We're now at the next viewpoint, Bright Angel Point, again, right by the lodge. There's a trail called Bright Angel Trail, which goes from the north rim to the south rim. It's a grueling 2-day hike.
Oh,
Which,
look straight across it, where we just
yeah,
were.
this is where we just were, the last viewpoint.
We're on the road to Prescott, and the light was growing dim. So I pulled off on the shoulder for a little rest, and then when I rolled up all the windows as the wind began to chill, at night inside those red Sedona hills. Moved on through the dark.
We're at Point Imperial, at 8,803 feet. It's the highest point on the north rim. Maybe the entire Grand Canyon. An impressive view here.
We never thought to look till later on. And the radio kept playing Take It Easy all night long, as we made our way through Winslow, hearing all those Eagles songs. You know I can't get over seeing all that through your eyes. We drove to meet those Arizona skies.
We're at the Walhalla Vista, and in the distance is the Colorado River.
What created this whole thing?
Yeah, took a few billion years. There's some vista on this area right here.
I remember somehow thinking that if we ever had more time, we'd be on this road and headed down the line. And the radio would be playing Take It Easy all night long, as we make our way through Winslow, singing all those Eagle songs. You know I won't get over seeing all that through your eyes. You drove beneath those Arizona skies.
We have two more vista points to go to, Cape Royal and Angel's Window, and
Well, that's this.
yeah, and the Angel's Window is what we're looking at right up ahead here. See the hole in it? That's the window, Angel's Window, and we're going to be walking on top of it. That's a scenic viewpoint. We're at the Angel's Window viewpoint. One of the last two. Cape Royal is just around to the right someplace. Impressive. Colorado River is way down there. I can zoom in. And we're standing on top of the rock, the Angel's Window. Right below us is that hole. Hope it doesn't cave in today. We're at the Cape Royal viewpoint, the last one we're going to see today, and it has an amazing view. Again, that's the south rim right across from us, 15-20 miles across.
And that formation is called the Temples
Temples.
because it looks like a temple,
Yeah.
an Asian temple.
I'm going to walk over here. It looks, you can look down pretty far, straight down there. Looks like tributaries of the Colorado River, which are, we can't really see it from here, but it's beyond some of these little mountains.
I am the eagle. I live in high country, in rocky cathedrals that reach to the sky.
The ranger told us that they try to keep this herd at 208 or so. Right now it's around 400. At some point in time, they donate a number of the herds to the Native Americans that live in the area here for food, ceremonies, whatever they have. So they try to keep it at 208, but right now they're around 400. So it's pretty large size for this area. And we heard they're not native to this area, but they were introduced to this area, and they seem like they're thriving.
They're thriving, yeah.
We just saw them recently just cross the road, so if you're driving, you
The
have...
sun's still out in the road. If you look, they're crossing now down there. Can you zoom?
Oh yeah, I'm zooming in, yeah. They're crossing the road. So you got to be careful, like deer in other places around the country, you got to be careful about buffalo here. And you can sort of see the cars as they're driving by, they're slowing
You
down.
can see them easily in the road.
We just moved our car a little bit, and they're right across the street from us. They're actually crossing in front of the car as well. That's a real big one coming across.
Zoom in a little. Right in front of the car.
We got another one right in front of the car here.
I am the hawk and there's blood on my feathers, but time is still turning, they soon will be dry. And all those who see me and all who believe in me share in the freedom I feel when I fly.
We're now in Kanab, Utah, and Kanab, and we decided to stop for one or two sites on the way to Zion. And this was an old heritage. They call it the Heritage House. It's sort of an old house, and they have tours in it. We're going to go see what it's all about. This is the room under which in the building where pipe springs came through, and they used to have 50 to 60 gallons per minute. Now they got it down to 5 or 6 gallons.
I noticed they had the vegetables and fruits.
Yeah, they kept this room really cold, and because of the spring water was very cold, and they stored cheese and butter and other things, meats in this room.
Meats probably.
Because that was a very cold room.
Sound of the river reminds me of a girl 20 years ago who came out to Zion.
We just entered Zion National Park. We're doing about a 1.5 mile walk It is pretty hot today on the Paris Trail, Paris Trail. And you can sort of see through here the mountains. We're in the Zion Valley, and it's beautiful rock formations or mountains right all alongside of us.
Zion, my sweet Zion.
This is the Virgin River that runs right through Zion National Park.
And her colors are red, green, and gold. The Crawfords first came to this canyon. 12 children were born in their home. They worked with their hands and got food from the land. Pioneers without fear made the road. Now I sit here watching a deer.
Continuing on the Paris Trail, we're heading to our museum, and but along the way, this beautiful part of the valley just sort of revealed itself. Mountains all alongside, absolutely gorgeous. This park is really crowded today, and they said they get 4.5 million visitors a year. Continuing on the Paris Trail, pretty hot today. It's supposed to go to about 102 or 3.
And her colors are red, green, and gold. Silence is golden in Zion. Sinawava, a temple of stone, can hold all the hopes of the pilgrim.
We've done one walk today, and about 1.5 miles to a museum. But it's now 104 degrees, so we decided to just drive along and take photographs along the highway. And we're stopping, there's cars all over the place parked, so it's hard finding a parking space, but we found one. So we're gonna just take photos as we stop, and you can sort of see the switchbacks. We're gonna be going through something called the Mount Carmel Tunnel shortly, and that was built in 1930 or so as part of the, probably part of the Depression era construction projects in the States.
Virgin runs free through the narrow so deep, and her colors are red, green, and gold. Zion.
Okay, we're at another spot along the road to stop.
The Zion Mount Carmel Highway.
And there's one impressive view after the other.
Her colors are red, green, and gold. The Virgin runs free through the narrow so deep, and her colors are red, green, and gold.
We're getting close to the Zion Mount Carmel Tunnel. In the tunnel, they positioned about 3 or 4 windows in there. And,
Like the tunnel.
yeah, and there's one of them. It's an impressive canyon. We're standing at I guess a pullover. You can sort of see a lot of these rent a RV.
That there were more than the 24 hours in the day. Even if there were 40 more, I wouldn't sleep a minute away. Oh, there's blackjack and poker and the roulette wheel, a fortune won and lost on every deal. All you need is a strong heart and a nerve of steel. Viva Las Vegas!